trying to figure out how many I should be counting right now. Are there five faces on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we can hear you.
Okay, so we are back. We are live once again. Unfortunately, I forgot to do the intro like I normally do. Spaced it out for some reason. My bad. So we just need somebody to give us a game recap. And thank you very much for Jariah Sin. May the Schwartz be with you too. And Colin, can we get you to sit up? We can't really see you. Thank you.
Oops. That's not what I wanted. All right. I guess I'll do it.
Okay, no, thank you.
So they were was it Owen, Nasara, and Drade had gone to the mine to find raw materials for new parts that we can try and fashion into parts to repair the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Drade went ninja mode and tied up one of the guards. Owen went inside. Two guards followed him inside. And eventually Drade and Nasara followed them in. There's a firefight. One of the guards is severely hurt. The other one was stunned. So I'm going through the notes here.
Oh, yeah, no worries. You don't have to go play by play.
Yeah, I know. So there's a firefight. They get out with the materials. Montan and Ashi were at the ship, heard all the commotion over the radio, came to get them. Everybody had to literally hang on to Montan's floating platform to get back to the ship.
His U-shaped skateboard without wheels.
But it worked.
we got there.
Eventually.
So that got us back to the ship. Montan got to work on the repairs. The next morning, they go out and meet Nestos, the force-sensitive alien boy. I guess we're the alien, but the force-sensitive native boy. Met them at the park with some extra stuff. They brought him back to the ship. Started to talk to him about the force. He accidentally about fried Montan with his lightning. Which is why I shall now call him Sparky. They get the holocron involved to ask what they should do with this boy. Nestos thinks he wants to come with us, and that's where we left off.
In addition to fixing the ship.
Yes, and fixing the ship.
Yes, because you made the rolls, you had enough raw scrap and pieces to fashion the actuator that went out.
Well, somebody didn't put that in the notes, so
that's fine. I remember that part. So, with that being said, Dale will be joining us a little bit later. He said he was running a little late to this particular game. So, in the meantime, however, the crew is waiting for Nestos to come back. And if I understood correctly, there was going to be a conversation about that in the ship.
I don't think that Drade and Ashi had intended on having a conversation with everybody on the ship. To them, this is just something normal that happens when you find a force kid.
A force kid?
Honestly,
So,
I think it would be useful to have Drade here for this conversation too.
Yeah.
So maybe
it would be, but we can't exactly just go. How do you plan on stretching that? Yeah, see, that's the problem with this particular situation. Unfortunately, Dale is running a little bit behind, and this was a conversation you guys were wanting to have. Or some of you were, from my understanding.
So it would have to be brought up by one of the others because Ashi won't bring it up. She wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
In fact, she probably would be talking to Master. Bring up my notes. The Ghost Master.
Singar Keltroma.
Thank you.
The Ghost Master.
That one.
The Ghost Master. Oogie woogie.
Yeah.
Is that like the Beastmaster, but for ghosts?
Yes. Shelley, have we learned our lesson about notes from Mythic
Yeah,
Savannah?
yeah. I just have to bring up my notes.
Okay, so
I just
we're
didn't
going to
bring 'em
start
up.
razzing you about notes like we razz Brittany about character sheets. Did you bring up your notes? You did a great job of winging it. It just wasn't completely accurate.
Well, I remembered most of the stuff from that game.
Or you remembered most of something about stuff from that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Nasara is gonna be talking to Montan about the repair and whether that's gonna get us out to space again.
I'm 70% certain.
That's 30% uncertain. If
Yes.
my maths are correct.
That is how the math works.
What is did you use up all of the stuff that we brought back? I didn't look in the bag before we ran.
I fashioned what I think is serviceable.
Yes.
I mean, there's
you did that was actually part of the decision that you made. You were like, do you want to make something you are reasonably, like one piece that you're reasonably certain is going to work, or do you want to make two things, that you're not so certain but have a backup part for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which way did we end up going?
We went with one piece.
Oh yeah.
One piece.
Yeah,
okay.
He put it all into one piece and did his best.
Okay. Okay. So then we need to. Do you think it's going to hold long enough for us to continue the mission, or do you think we need to head back for repairs?
I mean, I'd prefer to head back just because we're out here. Like, if this is the best we can do for repairs, it's not great. I mean, I don't know that we're not going to stop off at another couple planets on the way to the other side of this thing.
That's true. So
I personally agree.
So
we don't know
we'll
what
have to head back.
Yeah.
Then you guys end up hearing this clang, clang, clang up against the side of the ship.
We should probably get going.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will. She's figuring it's Nesto. She would go retrieve him.
Okay. So you lower the door down at this point. He has his BB rifle slung over his shoulder. He has what appears to be a fairly big handkerchief, kind of pulling the hobo thing, that's wrapped up to the end of his BB gun. Looks like he's probably got some like extra clothes in it and whatnot.
Well, hello, Nestos.
He says, "Hi. I think I got everything."
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and come in? Drade is a little busy, and I am talking with our Jedi Master, so you can just come with me, and we can start figuring out your training.
Okay. So he comes wandering up, on board, and he's like, so is this like a Navy ship or something? Do I have to stow my gear?
Well, you can put it in the room that you will be staying in.
Oh, whoa, I get a room?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's cool. Where's that at? She's like looking around.
Well, here, I'll show you.
Okay, and does somebody want to pull up I think the floor plans of this particular ship are in the Discord chat. I think. Let me
think.
take a look. Maybe pinned. If it is, they're probably pinned.
I thought they had it, but
They
I
sure are.
thought the Amber Gauntlet saved.
Yes, they are. They're back from May of this year. Gertok Industries Class 720 freighter. So you tell me, which room is he staying in?
I think for starters, hold on, because I'm bringing up the.
Discord?
Yeah, I have it out. I just have to find the ship.
Oh yeah, if you click on the pinned section, you can just scroll down a little bit and it comes up faster.
It's in
It
discussion, not
looks
notes.
It looks like there's like a captain's quarters, and the rest is just barracks,
Yep,
basically.
Yeah.
you are 100% correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of figured Drade's in his captain's quarters. She would put him. Was it crew quarters? She would put him in number eight on the right side.
So on the other side of the refresher.
We have a
Yeah.
pilot.
Wait, number 8. Am I looking at the right thing? Mine's not numbered.
Oh wait, am I looking at the? I'm not looking at.
You
the right
are looking
thing.
at the right
Oh,
one.
Am I?
Yep.
I'm not looking at the right one. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I was looking at the
Okay,
right
hang
one.
on. Oh, so
So-
we've got several rooms of barracks. Good. Okay.
So it looks like there's several beds, so he would probably be sleeping with the other boys. So Owen, Montaigne, probably. I don't know. Does everybody not everybody has their own room because there's not enough rooms?
No, it looks like there's 3 rooms.
Right.
There are 3 crew quarters. And if you're actually looking at the map, and they hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total.
Yeah. There's 5 beds in each room.
That is correct.
So let's which one do you want to take, Brittany? Do you want the left side or the? I guess we could take the far left, the girls, and the boys can take the one next to them.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, so
Well-
he's going to be bunking with guys.
Okay, so you open up the door, and he looks in there, and he's like, this has got somebody's stuff in it already.
Well, yes. Your room that you have, you're going to be sharing it with 2 others because we have limited space.
Oh, so I don't get my own room? He's kind of like looking around, looking at like the foot lockers and whatnot.
Yeah. Let me find out which one's empty. So she's just going to kind of. I don't know. Is anybody else in there, or is everybody out?
Well, considering Nasara, Montana, and Owen had just been talking to one another, they're probably somewhere else, probably near the engine bay.
Okay. So she's just
Yeah.
going to
Drade is the only one that is probably available right now since he just jumped into chat.
Okay. So Dale, she's taking Nestos to crew quarters.
Okay.
And getting him settled in, and then she told him that they would go and talk with you and the Jedi Master to start kind of figuring out his training schedule.
Okay.
So I don't know if you just want to find us in the quarters.
Yeah, I'll be walking around and guess to see that you're in the quarters and be like, oh, showing him around, eh?
Yeah, I figured I would put him with Montaigne and Owen.
Is he gonna be afraid of Montan again? I mean, after last time,
Oh,
you know.
you remember Montaigne, right?
He says, "Do you mean Moss guy?"
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
the one, yeah, the one with all the hair. Yes.
He's like, "Yeah."
Okay. He's gonna be fine.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
well,
he's like, "Wait, what am I going to be fine with?"
Well,
so
you're sharing a room with both Owen and Montaigne.
He says, "So." He says, "Who is who again?"
Montaigne is the short, furry one.
And he's like, "Oh, no, mm-mm."
and then seeing him do like a head shake, then Dre's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure the head nod and head shake is universal amongst anybody with a head, neck, and shoulders. That just seems to be the way that it goes with all Like I've never seen it different from that, and he just said no. So
Well, do we want to put him in the other one by himself, or
hmm, you
does
I
you
was
know,
have
going to
room
point out
does
that
you have room in your quarters?
before Nestos, I just want to point out that before Nestos came along, I doubt the crew spending all these months on the ship would have left a whole bedroom empty. We're probably spread out across all three.
Yeah, out of character, maybe Drade has his own room as
Mm-hmm.
the owner of the ship, and then the
Sure,
girls have one and the guys have the other.
because that still leaves plenty of room.
Yeah, well, he has his captain's quarters.
Well, there isn't a captain's quarters on
There's
the
no
vessel.
Yeah,
captain.
sorry,
Right.
I was
Yeah,
looking
it's
at
not
I was
a thing.
looking at the other. I was looking at a different ship. So
Oh, gotcha.
sorry, that was my bad.
So yeah, so do you just want to put
Gosh.
him with you?
You know, I myself have just kind of been in the cockpit sometimes, just taking a snooze. I could probably arrange one of those chairs, at least for now, to be a bed until he gets used to everybody.
Okay.
But that is one thing we're going to have to really teach him. And
Where
I've
do
got to
you want?
learn his language too. I got to listen to you two talk more often so we can all talk.
Yeah, I can help instruct you. Um, do you want him just to put his stuff in your barracks?
Yeah, I can just head up into the cockpit and could just throw some stuff there. And he like does one of these numbers with towards Nestos, and he
So
turns.
she'll tell Nestos to go with Drade, because he's going to bunk actually with him, since he doesn't want to be with Mossman.
Okay.
Um,
So, I mean, he looks
and
to you at that point and he says, "Is he telling me to come with him, or are we stealing
yes,
something?"
nope, he wants you to go with him. He's going to show you where you're going to be sleeping and where you can put your things.
Oh, okay.
You're
His
going to be
language is
his
so
room.
hard to understand.
Yeah, and we'll be teaching you. Boy, I gotta teach you our language and him your language. I'm gonna be busy. So once you go get him settled in, I am going to go and fetch the Jedi Master, and I will meet you in the Commons.
Okay.
He just goes off to follow Drade.
Yep. And he goes ahead and leads him to the ladder well in order to get up into the cockpit. Helps him up if he needs help.
Oh, you can climb.
And then once we're in there, then I like go over to one chair and I sit down and I like show him where there's like a lever so that kicks back and do one of these numbers, like just to show him that he can lay down. And I like point at a different chair.
Oh yeah, he doesn't do that at all. He's looking at the controls. He's looking at all the lights. He's just like, ooh, because again, that translates pretty much in any language. He's like, whoa, and like touching things and tapping on screens. And
Are we still on the planet, by the way?
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I like kind of like hold his hands for a second, and then I like point to a spot where like I just kind of show him a couple of things where I can like press a button and like sensors show up or something so that nothing bad is happening, just to show him like different things that happen.
Okay.
To see how he reacts to that.
So he's like big, wide eye and everything. Like he's watching everything.
So I like then after doing that for a few minutes, then I go ahead and like turn off whatever I was doing, and then I like do one of these numbers and then show him to one of the chairs, and like he can put something on the chair, like I'm showing him, like just pantomiming that he can use that to lay down.
Oh, so you're going to set him up in the cockpit?
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Nothing's going to go wrong here.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
You don't have to sleep in the cockpit, right? Like there are 3 rooms.
Yeah, but this is going to be a place that's separate from everybody.
Okay.
So
Drake has his way of doing things.
All right.
it goes ahead and
I know we didn't
Tries
really
to-
cover it before.
goes ahead and just tries to show that to him.
Yeah, so I mean, it fidgets with the chair and figures out how to get it to like fall backwards.
And then I'm like, then I say out loud, like, knowing he doesn't understand, like, I'd like to tell you, good job or something, but shoot, if I give you a thumbs up, that might mean something bad in your culture, for all I know. He turns on the intercom, and he's like, "Hey, how do you say good job in Nestoses?"
And she'll tell him.
Okay, so it's like,
Are you guys heading down? I have Master Singar with me.
oh yeah. Give us just a minute, and so then he turns that off, and he's like, says the "good job" phrase. And
So
then
he kind of like looks at you as you like try to fumble your way to the word, and he just goes, kind of just an awkward nod.
Okay. Then I do one of these numbers again, and then head towards the ladder to see if he follows me.
Okay, yeah, so he follows.
Okay. Yeah. So then take
So-
that and then head back to where Ashi is.
Okay,
So Nasara is going to get on comms and she's going to say, "Are you guys watching the signal? You're on the radio again?"
No, I was just showing our new crewmate where he could sleep while we're trekking. Is everything ready?
I'm sorry, what?
Montan's going to come out of number 7. I've got the map up.
Oh yeah, there it is. Like, yeah. So you would see him then, like right there at the thing. Be like, yeah, you understand the point was to take him with, right? We weren't going to abandon him here.
I
What?
didn't understand the point was to take a child from this planet.
Why do you think we landed here in the first place?
I don't know. I recommended against it.
I thought we were going to explore the
And the
whether
only
they
reason we stayed here was
contacted.
because, you kind of did a poor landing job. Then we had to fix the ship.
Right. Yeah. Apologize for that.
I'm with you guys. You don't have to.
Right, but she isn't.
Yeah.
So then, like, I mean, look, okay, here, let's meet in the lounge port, okay, and we'll discuss what's going on. All right. So then he heads over to number 10 on the map, the lounge port.
Yeah. So
Alrighty.
Ashi's in there, and she has Master Singar up, and she's letting her know that the child is here, and Drake is getting him settled in, and they're on their way so that we can start getting him acclimated to life on the ship and training.
Okay. Yeah, she says understandable. I guess if you need me, then call. Otherwise, it sounds like you have everything in hand for the time
Well,
being.
I was kind of hoping that you would stick around just for the beginning of it in case we had questions, because this is also a first time for Drade and I, because we were always the student, not the teachers.
Stick around for what exactly?
Um, our talk with Nestos and about his training schedule.
Oh, I was under the impression that you already had a conversation with the young man. You do understand that I don't understand what it is that he's saying.
Yes, I realize that, and I will translate. I'm going to be doing a lot of that until he
Oh, well,
learns.
very well then. Bring the young one.
Yep, they're on the way. So she's ready.
Yep.
So anybody who wants to, you can meet in the lounge area. There is the that weird crystal box thing that some of you saw Drade and Ashi with at one point. It now has some like holographic image kind of projecting above it just a little bit.
So is everyone walking in with Grade?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yes.
hey Vix Knight, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. So then he walks in and he's like, okay, so I understand, at least I'm coming to understand now, that it wasn't clear that the primary point of us landing on the surface was to interact with Nestos and see if we needed to take him with because
Correct.
of his abilities.
We
Yes.
can't take him from his planet. Who knows when we're back here?
And
I-
he's aware of that.
You
Well,
just
yeah,
take him
but-
away from his family?
Nestos
And
is just
his
kind of
parents,
like
do
looking
they even know?
back and forth.
He let them know in a way, yes.
He let them know in a way.
Did he leave him a message or something?
He did. He said that he was going to leave them a note explaining and that he would be back.
He's a child.
Yes.
He doesn't
He
have the
is.
sense to be out after dark. How can he leave the planet?
It's
Hey.
not
I
as
don't-
if he's alone.
May
We are
I
obviously
add
with
to
him.
this a child who hardly knows how to communicate with anyone outside of his planet?
That too.
Owen's rubbing his
He doesn't-
temples
he
at
doesn't-
this.
speak our language? He doesn't. Do we know if he can even eat our food? How are we going to take care of him?
Like
He's currently
any
snacking
other-
on something that looks kind of like a graham cracker, just watching you guys go back and forth.
like you take care of him like you would any child. You do understand that
A technically delayed child in a galaxy full of blasters, droids, and the Empire, who will probably trace him back to this planet.
and if the Empire gets him if we leave him and the Empire gets to him, how do you think Siths are created?
I'm not that dense
I don't-
because, how would I know of, Vader,
Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. My
the
problem
Emperor?
is that, okay, here we are. We come out of the sky, aliens, and you guys tell him that he's going to get magic powers and go on adventures. I mean, that's grooming. And I've seen that plenty in my career where slavers show up, tell kids fantastic stories, get them on the ship, and take off with them. This is exactly what I worked against.
But
This
he's
is
going
not
to be
exactly
a slave.
what you work against.
No,
We're clearly not making him a slave, Montan. This is
No.
not the point.
But we are kidnapping him.
We are not kidnapping him.
no, we're
He is
not
coming of his
kidnapping him.
own. He's coming of his own accord.
He doesn't have an accord. He's a kid.
This is a kid we're talking about. He's
On most planets, you
I'm-
have to be of some age of the majority before you can
Yeah.
Do you realize that I, at the age of 4, was taken to the temple? I have
And that
I
was
no, I
wrong.
didn't see. That's unfortunate.
no,
And
it
I
was
don't know how
not
your plan
wrong
works.
because we are different than you guys. We have to
I'm
learn
agreeing
how
with
to
Montana with this.
control our powers.
Be careful
This
about
is
talking
not
over one another.
This is not something that is just innate. We have to be taught. Nestos needs to learn how to control, or he can end up hurting himself, his family, other people of his
I have the
village.
scorch marks that are proof of that.
There has to be
Right.
a better way than just taking a child from everything that he knows and everyone who loves him.
Sorry, but this is just how it is.
Not up for debate, huh? It's
She's,
just that. 'cause you said so.
she's gonna look over at Master Sengar.
Okay, so
You want your hologram to help you out here?
You will be respectful to her.
Why?
she says, respectfully, I'm not exactly a hologram.
I don't need anything from the hologram. All right, the hologram hasn't helped me fix the ship.
Montana.
It's not here for me.
She is a Jedi Master.
She's dead.
She's
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm sure she's got a bunch of valuable knowledge to you guys in the ways of the Force and all that stuff, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I hope you guys get trained very well. That is irrelevant to this conversation.
Well, then Nestos is none of your concern either because he is going to become a Jedi.
It concerns me when I'm an accomplice to kidnapping.
You're not an accomplice to kidnapping. I
I'm
was not
on the
kidnapped.
ship that's taking a
Drake-
kid away from his
Drake
home
was not
planet.
kidnapped.
What?
We were not
Ada-
kidnapped.
They realize that. They realize that. This is, of course, always a difficult thing to go through. Let me explain our position. I get your position that he is a child, that he is from a different world, and that we are just suddenly taking him with us. I get it. If you end the story there, that clearly sounds terrible.
That's where the story ends for his parents.
That's true.
Think about what
You are
they're
not
going
you are
through.
not wrong there. I won't argue with you there. Will you let me tell you my perspective?
Yeah.
So, imagine you have a child who clearly does have powers and abilities nobody else on that planet even comes close to having. He's the only one, first. Second, there is an opportunity to train him so that his powers don't consume him.
Wait, I question your premise. How do you know he's the only one on this planet?
Yeah.
Is that going to be the argument here?
Well, no, I mean, just you're saying the only one on his planet. You just happen to be the one with the radio. I don't know how many people are on this planet, and I don't know how often people get to use the Force.
And according to Nestos, no one
So
else
then
can
when I
do what
asked
he
before
does.
if you were willing to listen,
He doesn't know
why?
that many people. He
Go on,
doesn't
go
know
on.
anything about adult things.
This
And
is
the
not
kid-
just
and from-
adult things.
Colin,
And from-
out of character, did you walk away? Because you muttered something while somebody was speaking. If you walked away, you're not here for
Oh,
this.
I didn't walk away. Sorry.
Okay, just making sure. Then go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and not mention from what you two have told us, this, given his lack of knowledge and such, this kid probably doesn't even know how to sense the Force. So he probably wouldn't even know if there's even more like him on this planet.
How do you know he doesn't sense it? He can
Do
feel
you want
the
us
Force.
to look through the entire planet and look for another Force-sensitive person?
So we can have this
You
discussion
need to
all
tell
over
me
again.
either yes or no, or
No,
as captain, no. Very good.
I didn't want to be here for this one.
Do you have a way to look?
It will take some time.
We would
yes,
need to travel across the entire planet. Yes, that's what would
And
have to
if
happen.
and
We
if
would
there
have
was
to interact
other
with every single one of them.
and if there was other Force users, they would be known about. This is not something that
Wait, why?
would just. At one time, everybody knew who the Jedi were. They knew what we could do, what we were about. Do you think that if there was other Force users here on this planet, that it would be kept secret?
Yes, because the galaxy at large knows that all the Jedi are
Government-
dead, and there's 2 on this ship.
Governments
But
do
these
that.
guys don't
And
know about the Jedi. They have not been exposed to the Jedi.
You
There
jumped
is no
topics.
temple on this planet.
You jumped topics. You said, would the Jedi, if there are any, or Force people, if maybe they're not Jedi, but would Force people on this planet not be known about? Yes, because you two were in hiding in the galaxy at large. So yeah, there might be Force users on this planet in hiding just like you are.
But not necessarily on this planet.
Well,
This
the
planet is not.
Jedi, the Jedi are understood in our galaxy, but here they might have some other organization that works the same way, and they're
And
secretive.
we asked him if there was others. And then, okay, so if they're secretive, how are we going to find them? We know that he has Force powers. We
Okay.
know that he needs to learn how to control them before he gets hurt or somebody else gets hurt. And I am not going to abandon this child and leave him to that fate.
Yes, we are.
We're not
I've
going to
changed my
abandon
mind.
him.
I've changed my mind. There is
Well, I
going to
haven't.
be. That's too bad. Are you going to fight me for it?
If I have to, yes.
He goes over to Nestos to just kind of pick him up, like whoop, and pick him up. Like, how tall is Nestos, by the way?
Well, Nestos is close to 4 feet, about 4 feet.
Okay, so yeah, so he's not like too huge. So he goes
no,
to like
no.
just kind of pick him up like you would any kid, like kind of holding him like this, not like aggressively, but just whoop type of thing. Does he let me do that?
He's looking at you very peculiar as you're doing that.
Okay.
But you do, yeah. But I mean, yes, you're able to.
Okay. So I do that. And then I turn and look to Ashi and go, you wouldn't dare attack me while I'm holding him. And you won't attack me.
Why would you do this?
Because this is already destroying this crew. And my duty first is going to be to the crew. And they have already made it abundantly clear their minds will never be open to what it's like to be a Jedi. They are fine with letting this child inadvertently kill his own people because he will have no idea how to control it. But they are fine pretending that that is okay.
Well, hold
And
on.
I'm
That's
going
not what
to
I
leave him
said.
here. That is clearly what you're that's clearly what you said, because you're already coming up with the argument that there must be others here. We need to find others.
I'm
You
asking.
understand what it's like to be
I'm
a
asking
Jedi,
how you know, because you're
but you
acting with
don't.
this certainty that there are
He
none.
turns around, ignores it, and starts heading to the exit bay,
Okay.
wherever that is.
Master Sengar, I apologize. She's going to bow to her and she will shut the hologram off. She'll take
okay.
the box. She won't say a word to the others. She may glare at them a little bit and she will walk off after Drade.
Okay. So you walk over to the door, and if you're opening it up at this point, he's going to start squirming.
He's going to be like, I am sorry, Nestos. I'm sorry. We can't take you. He sets
Nasara's
him down.
gonna follow them.
Okay,
And-
so I
and
mean, he
look
starts
very
looking
worried.
at Ashi at this point, and he's like, "What?" And he's trying to. It's a little hard to understand him because he's kind of flustered and he's not focusing on his words, like because he knows that you obviously don't exactly speak his language. But he's basically trying to, say like, what's going on?
Wait, Drade, is he going to die if we leave him?
You clearly don't care. Don't
I
act
asked you a
like you do.
question. No, don't tell me what I care about. I asked you a question.
Yes,
How would he?
because, yes.
Let me
To
explain it
answer
then.
your question, yes.
They're not going to assume that that's correct. We've told them other things already, and they just keep arguing. Order Nestos to leave, Ashi.
He will be consumed and he will take others with him. And by consume, that means dead. Or someone else is going to come across this planet once this route is open, and it could be with the Empire.
There are two reasons. There are two
one of
reasons
theirs-
why the Jedi Order did what they did. There is the well talked about reason that everyone hears and doesn't like. And then there's the terrible one that terrifies everyone that isn't talked about. We've already been talking about the one you're all aware of. The one where, well, they don't know what they're doing and they need to be taught. The second reason is it is easy to fall prey to the dark side.
Hmm.
And when you do that, trying to get back from it is virtually impossible. Entire wars throughout the galaxy have happened because of one person who turned to the dark side. And then that just grew and grew and grew. Millions died. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can easily see in Nestos' future if he was that easily scared and managed to generate force lightning at his age. Imagine if a bully on the school ground punches him in the face. That will be the last thing that bully does. And then everyone around Nestos will see what Nestos is and be absolutely terrified of what they saw. And then Nestos will be doomed, unless he defends himself. That's going to be his fate, because this is not a galactic civilization. They can't ask us for help. The Jedi Order no longer exists to offer this help. But he could likely, possibly, I won't say likely, but it's possible, that he will one day become a terrible ruler of this planet. If we leave him here, I would never want to come back. Ever.
At this point, Nassar is essentially crying, and
Aw.
and she says, "Is this really the best way?"
I know it's
Nasara,
uncomfortable to just suddenly take him and the parents don't know what's going on. And to them, he will be a missing child. And that is tragic. And I am sorry. I am sorry. But what's the alternative? What's worse?
So if we take him, what happens to him then?
our hope is that we will be able to get a hold of Master
Ixarin.
Ixarin, because he would be more adept to teaching him than either of us. We can start teaching him what we know, but he's going to need a master.
You mean
And
you two
he would
can't
be
do it?
he would be safe. He would be safer with Master Exxon than galloping around the galaxy with us.
We are still learning ourselves. And although we likely know more than he does, it's much better if a master can put all of their time and effort into teaching and training their Padawan.
The
Listen,
reason why I brought Master Singar out was so that she could help us explain to Nestos everything he's going to be going through. Nasara, think of it if it was your child and you knew he had these special powers. Would you keep him from learning them to control them? Or would you hide him away and hope that
You can't ask me that.
listen, I know you/we aren't slavers. This just reeks of situations that I've run into before where they kidnap kids and take them off with promises of adventure. But I don't know anything about the dark side or the history that you were talking about.
you are lucky because I got to see it up close.
Well, I mean, I've seen some disturbing things. I just don't know about the religious aspect of it, the force. But Nasara's a mom. I'll go with what she says.
I trust you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she's gonna walk away and go to her bunk and close the door.
And
And
Drade will go ahead
Ash-
and close the opening door, so it's
Yeah.
things are closed now.
So Ashi is going to kneel down in front of Nestos. She's going to kind of, like kind of pat his side of his face, like in a comforting way, and tell him it's okay. They had a hard time understanding why you needed to come with us. They are concerned about your parents. Nasara herself is a parent, and so she is looking at that kind of view. But you are where you need to be so that you are able to learn how to control these powers you have.
Okay, so I mean, he's just kind of like looking back and forth. Although he couldn't understand everybody, he understood anger,
Yeah.
and confusion and like the back and forth. Like there was clearly a problem there, and he's just like, so if Mossman wants to eat me, why does he want me to go?
They're not going to eat you. No one's going to eat you.
I just don't understand you people.
It'll take some time, but you'll learn. Would you like
Okay.
to be up in the cockpit when we take off with Drade? I will be there as well, so
He's
you
not going to
can
pick
talk
me
to
up
him.
again, is he? Because he feels kind of weird.
Well, he was doing it more in a protective manner.
Kicking me off the ship was protective? Oh, what? No. I don't understand any of this. You people are weird.
It's okay. Do you want to go watch the takeoff?
Are we really going? Like,
Yes, we are leaving.
okay, then yeah.
Okay. Drade, he would like to join you in the cockpit.
All right.
He would like to
And he just scampers
see us
off.
take off.
He's like, just
Yeah.
he knows the way at this point. So he's
Yeah, it's like B clearly knows the way. Okay, well, ready for takeoff. And he heads to the cockpit.
And Ashi follows.
okay. So at that point, after heated discussion and back and forth has been taken care of, everybody, whether you're in the lounge area or someplace where you can regularly sit down, or in your bunk or whatnot, you know how to secure yourself to get ready for the flight. You know what it sounds like when everything's getting ready. To Montan's glee, everything is lighting up like it should be, like a Christmas tree across the boards in the back. Everything looks like it's good to go. He threw that one in there with a hope and a prayer, and it's all working out. And flipping everything on, and he's just like watching everything, like going back and forth, and then something would light up over here, and he looks at that, and you're just checking everything. And on a side note, since we're going through like pre-flight checks, I just went back and watched episode 7, and I know 7, 8, and 9 are kind of as far as Star Wars is concerned. But one of the things I did specifically like about episode 7 is when Rey was going through her pre-flight systems check and trying to get the ship going twice, as a matter of fact, I think. They showed why exactly, like in some of those ships, you have a co-pilot, because she's like trying to reach all the way across to try and get like the shields raised, and whatnot. So there was a little nuance there that I liked. I thought was a nice touch. So
Well, and that would be good for Ashi because he's been teaching her about piloting the ship.
So cool.
So
And everybody up and away. Hitting your sublight drives, getting up into the air. And as you... actually, give me a piloting check.
Oh, God.
I'm assuming...
No!
I'm assuming you're taking the route you did before to kind of stay low and out of potential radar systems, or
Right, exactly.
That's what I thought. The benefit here is that you're not coming in hot. You're actually taking it slow and gaining speed.
Yeah.
So it's not nearly as difficult.
Okay. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, and David, even though we haven't gotten to that point yet, great point. Dale just hit it. So
Sweet.
you have a wild die in the West End game systems. So since we don't have any color to denote that, the very first die that pops up on your roller is your wild die. So in this particular case, he hit a 6, so he gets to roll again.
All right, so 20.
Nice. Okay.
thank goodness.
So at this point, you are more focused than you have been at this point. You do understand that there's gravity in this situation from this first contact protocol that has gone awry, which is not like the Empire Republic really technically ever had one, but that's really neither here nor there. To the fact that you are gingerly taking your way through the canyon to get your speed up to par. That way you don't come down and flip something you shouldn't and run into the situation again.
That's right.
But as soon as you start getting right up out of the low mountainous terrain, and then gunning it to break atmo, an explosion behind you as you break the sound barrier, and then zipping off into space. So now the question is, this was not you actually weren't a part for this particular conversation because you weren't here out of character, but there had been some concern voiced. Are you guys going to continue with your plan, or are you going to head back?
How long do we have until we hit the other side of this route we're trying to
You
make?
honestly have no idea. It could be a couple of days depending upon how it routes. It could be another month. That's the reason why you guys stocked up on food. That is one of the hazards of trying to traverse a new space lane. The good news is you guys have thoroughly mapped out where this is at. Getting back isn't going to take nearly as long.
Right. So then Drade goes on the intercoms. He's like, okay, so next decision, we made out smoothly there. We have mapped how to get here. Like, do we want to keep going? Because we would just be staying on the ship while we're, making sure that this route is mapped.
I mean, what's your plan? Are you going to take him to the ice cube?
I think we would first have to head back to home base, get in contact with Lord Exal, see if we can make contact with Master Ixerin again and if he is available, and then work from there. That would be my plan anyway.
If we went back to the planet and he wasn't there, that would be wasted time.
Right.
I'd say we should head back. We don't know how long Montan's repairs are going to last.
Well, I mean, once they're working, they tend to work unless we hit something.
That does tend to derail things.
But I mean, yeah, like I'm buying a protocol droid as soon as we find a shop, because we need something that speaks different languages. I want to get some spare parts for the ship. I'm sure you do too.
Oh yeah.
And if possible, some sort of fabricating machine.
That's a good point.
And then, yeah, unless you two intend to teach this kid here on the ship, we should probably find him the Ixerin.
Right.
Wow, we lost two people.
Well, let's see. Jerome, like from where we're at now, how long would it take to make it back to galactic civilization?
Well, since you have the way mapped, you've been gone about a month at this point.
Okay.
But since you have it mapped, because again, part of the problem was you were zipping around. You had to make. It would be like navigating, side streets that you were unfamiliar with. Normally would only take you, say, 10 minutes to get through it, but because you didn't know where you're going, you didn't have, Sierra Streets or Google Maps or whatever have you, you have to make your way around. But now that it's that time is cut way off. So from here, from this point, you're looking at maybe a week.
Okay. And that is like one way to get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, out of character, we should probably go back so that our new player can join us.
Right. Yeah. So then he's like, okay, so we've already been doing this for a month, but because we've got things mapped, we could probably get back in about a week's time, one way. When we get there, yeah, we can then do what you're saying, re-equip just to make sure we know what we're doing here, then send a coded message to Lord Exall and see what we can do.
Montaigne, would it be feasible for us to have some spare parts for the ship, for the
Well,
hyperdrive?
That's my plan. Yeah, I want to get some spare parts. I mean, I obviously can't, stock up on a whole extra hyperdrive or something, but some of these parts that are, often damaged in in battles or rough landings, or and he's ribbon drained with that. So like just get some parts, some hard to replace parts, and like I say, I want to maybe put in an order for a fabricating machine in case we ever have to do what we just did, which is craft high-tech parts out of base rock.
Right.
That would be logical. Yes.
So yeah, me and Drake are going to go shopping when we hit the star.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm for returning as well.
But somebody's got to babysit. I don't think we should put Nestos in front of literally anybody. He should stay on the ship until we get him to his destination.
Exactly.
He can stay with me.
I think Lord Toronar is going to want to meet him.
Well, if he leaves the ship onto, say, the star or anywhere else, there's going to be scanners that are going to identify him as an unknown species.
Good point.
It would be best to bring
Lord Toronar could come
Yeah,
up to
Toronar wants to meet him. I mean, he's welcome to come to our base. We could go back there.
Okay. Once we're in range, we can send a message and see how he wants to proceed.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing. Strap in for the next week, guys.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that particular investigation. You've basically got that already in.
Cool.
During the flight back, Nassar is going to be very hovery with the child. And she's probably going to try and teach him different words for stuff around the ship and kind of try not to be too overbearing, but definitely mothery.
Sure. Okay.
Ashi would definitely ask the others to help teach Nestos the language. And Ashi is going to do her best to try and help you guys learn his language. And during this time, he will be practicing using the Force and trying to control it and doing all that younger Padawan stuff.
Okay. So about 2 days in, Drade, there is a ping that is coming from the sensors, long range.
Hey everybody, we got something picked up long range. Nassar, can you hone in on that and see what we got coming at us?
Yeah.
So who is rolling for that?
I am
Nassar?
going to sensors.
Sensors.
Oh,
she done got a 6.
Ooh, good.
22.
Nice. Okay, so you pick that up. You actually filter out the background noise and magnify the signal that's coming through, it's actually standardized distress signal. And coming through on the basically encoded in the distress signal is the transponder code. It's a ship that is designated as 1 second here. That is not what I was looking for.
The Unsinkable 2.
Yes.
Hmm.
How could I have forgotten? It is the Regal Destiny.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry, notes.
Yeah, I forgot I was trying to take the notes. So
Yeah.
I got involved in the scene and
Right,
forgot.
exactly.
Totally understandable.
That happens to me every day. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, I need to respond. I forgot.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting a distress signal. It looks like the ship is called the Regal Destiny. Can I tell what kind of ship it is, Jerome?
Actually, through the transponder code, you absolutely can.
So it's a known type of ship.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just you don't have to name it. I'll just
I was actually
pass along
trying
the
to look
information.
up the because I'm sure it does have it like the actual name for the ship, but it basically the the ship is that's the background. Where is the okay? Oh well, that's dumb. It actually doesn't state it. It gives me the floor plan of the ship. Doesn't actually give me the type of the ship.
Ah.
This is what you get from people who write games back in the 80s, unfortunately.
Right.
It has all wins.
They give you all these details, and it's like, oh, but however, Nasara, this would actually be appropriate to you. Why don't you give me? I think you have culture, don't you?
Yes.
Give me a culture check. You need a moderate roll or moderate success.
12.
Let's see. 12 should be enough.
That's moderate.
It is? All right. All right. Well, let me see if I have a little snippet of information I can give to you on this. Actually, I think I can. All right. Oh, I didn't even get my own notes open. Durr. I had something I was pulling this from, but then I didn't get my actual own notes open. Okay, I think I copied that information down. Okay. So what you would know, let me actually just go ahead and role play real quick. I need to type this up and just send this over to you real fast in IM.
I don't know what we're role playing. Oh, I guess I'm at the.
You're at the
Signal.
sensors bay. I didn't know if anybody else wanted to jump in or whatnot.
Oh. And I'll wait for information before
Okay.
responding again or elaborating.
I think he means you could probably make radio calls, like ship in distress, identify yourself, or whatever.
Well, if they're in distress, we've got to go help them out. Yeah,
Unusual
just
that-
leave them there.
Unusual that we would find something this. I mean, we're still pretty far out. But I guess
That's true.
we're back in known space or close to it already.
Maybe somebody else was trying to map this way.
You know, that could be it. I'm wondering if we're going to be upon a tomb more than a ship of people.
Oh no.
Be that as it may, when we get closer, let's run some extra scans, make sure we know what we're getting involved with, and then we'll see if we can dock and help them out with whatever they need.
See, close that.
Uh,
There you go.
so as I'm decoding the signal, actually, we definitely need to look this up. Ship, this ship is from House Pelagia. It was listed as missing 15 years ago. It's
Yep.
definitely something we need to check out.
Sounds like this may have been one of his first attempts at mapping this place, and they didn't fare so well. Yeah, let's take a look, see if we can find some life signs when we get close enough.
This ship went missing.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors around what might have happened to it, but at the time, there was a purge against House Pelagia during the war. And
Brittany, you would note that war coincided with the purge of the Jedi.
right. I mean, if I say the war and 15 years ago, I'm pretty sure the rest of the crew can put two and two together.
Just making sure people actually made that connection. It is.
Nasara doesn't know about the Jedi Order 66, but
no problem.
But I'm sure you all can.
All right. I personally would suggest proceeding with a bit of caution, just in case.
Well, yes, of course. Who knows what could have happened to that ship in the last 15 years?
Well, we don't know if whoever did is still working about, using the ship as bait.
Right. Fair enough.
Yes.
So go ahead and plot in a course to intercept the Regal Destiny.
Okay. All right, so you drop out of Lightspeed, and it is this it is a craft kind of just floating lifelessly out in the middle of space. It is not near anything as far as you can tell. Like there's no like additional ship near it or anything of that nature. There are some asteroids nearby, but based upon like any sort of trail or whatnot, it doesn't look like it hit this and stayed, right? Like you don't see anything of that nature. It's just kind of listlessly drifting at this point.
Okay. I'm like, all right, well, there she is. I'm going to do a flyby. Owen, if you can get in the ion cannon, just in case this is some sort of weird trap, get ready to...
Oh, yeah. I was
hit
already planning on getting in one of the turrets.
Meanwhile, yeah, let's see if we can scan it, see what happened to it, and see if there's any life signs.
He said the ion cannon, not the turrets.
Hey,
that's why he just said one of the turrets.
I remember we were just talking about how everybody needs to be shot by Owen once.
We were also talking about using weapons with guns, not killing.
But yeah, Owen's going to get in the ion cannon.
All right.
Okay. So Owen, you take up position on the ion cannon. Is everybody else? Well, you're approaching at this point. You can attempt to scan using your sensors if you would like again.
Okay.
Or otherwise, you're
Might
going to
as
have to
well.
actually approach and try and dock to it.
Doesn't hurt to roll. 13.
Okay, that is enough. So as the onboard sensors scan, these are ones that are more sensitive. It's specific to objects that are nearby in front of you. Your sensors indicate that the Regal Destiny's life support on board is offline. So if anybody is going to board, you're going to have to do it with spacesuits.
I will relay that.
And you also detect that there is some external damage to the ship. Sensors do not. It doesn't indicate that it looks like it was done through blaster fire.
Wait, there's external damage and it was not done through blaster fire?
That is correct.
So it
This guy
either
fly through an asteroid field?
Maybe.
possibly, or it hits some sort of space anomaly that shut off the life support.
Well, I mean, if there's no life support, it's
How do you want to do
we can
this,
get
Drake?
spare parts.
Well, it's here. We should check it out and see what's
Okay.
going on. There could be something in there that's valuable or hazardous, and it'd be terrible if somebody else came upon it.
So this is now a salvage mission?
Out of character, would we have the capability to like tow it back with us?
Given your skill set, you would know that that is correct. Space does not have like a drag to it or anything. It would take some. It would take some connections to it, but yes, you absolutely can.
Sweet.
You wouldn't drag it per se. You would essentially like connect it at the bottom and just launch into hyperspace with it.
If we could bring this back, I'm sure we would get a hefty bonus.
That's true. I mean, while we're
I mean,
here,
obviously, it will depend on what we find on the ship, but yeah.
right?
definitely
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
we should at least check out what turned the life support off, and it's going to be a no-brainer that there's nobody going to be left out alive.
Let's send T4 over.
Yeah, that could work. Jerome, do we have any space like suits on hand? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, your
Okay,
ship came equipped with them. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Like, yeah, we can
Yeah,
send them in
you've
first.
you have enough for essentially because again, if you in emergency situations, everybody would need to get one. So you have enough for everybody here.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So it's like, yeah, if you're willing to send in T4 first, see what he can find. Then if he needs any assistance, we can suit up and go in after him.
Can I scan for energy usage on the ship?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
As soon as I figure out what my role is. Okay.
It would be ship sensors again.
Yeah, I just had to find my stat for it.
Sure.
10.
A 10 is easy. You do detect minimal power. There is something still on board, power wise.
Something's still on over there. It could be a cryopod.
Who
It could
knows?
be where we send T4 first.
Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
If
not
it's a
that I want to lose my
cryopod-
boy, but there's
if
no
it's a
air over
cryo-
there. And
Sorry. If it's a cryopod, hey, maybe we have a survivor on board that can tell us what the hell happened.
There you go.
all right, well, let's get him over there.
Right. So go ahead and then fly over and match that ship's drift speed, and then dock with a spot where we could open it up from outside so that T4 can go in.
Okay. So I don't think you got jets for T4, did you?
No, but I thought all astromechs had magnetic feet.
They do. So you are going to actually have to commence. So give me a boarding check so you can attach the essentially the docking ramp.
Okay.
And T4 would just cross that.
Okay. And would that just be just the typical piloting check that
Yep.
I'm doing? Okay. Oops. Okay. Nice. Rolling again.
Sure, far cry from last time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
24.
no kidding.
I'm gonna knock on wood right now. Don't have anything wood.
I got lots of wood.
What? All right then. I didn't realize it was that type of game, Dale.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Wow, wow,
All right.
wow.
You're right. So 24.
Wow.
Yeah, not a problem. You've had plenty of practice coming in close and docking, so the clamps, you know, you hear the click, and then the external ramp connects to the vessel itself. Then there's a hiss as it pressurizes, because that's what it does.
Yep.
Whether a droid is going to cross or not.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to hook up T4's visuals to like a screen in the ship, so we can see what he sees.
Okay. Just give me an easy computer check. For you, that's just don't roll a 1.
No!
Thou has jinxed it.
Do you have a reroll?
I do, but like I'd rather just take another 5 minutes and try again.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you could do that. I could just
So
give you
yeah,
a reroll.
I mean, so you go through it and you get like syntax errors and whatnot that crop up, and you're like, ugh. So
I got computers.
you're going back through at this
But-
point, making sure all the connections are done
There
correctly.
we go. Good
Well-
God.
Yeah, roll your 6 because you got a wild die.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm inventing a whole new class of droid here. 28.
All right, there you go.
Sweet.
So now you've got everything set up correctly. You are testing signal connection, making sure it broadcasts well enough. T4 gives some chimes and chirps, and then starts rolling out towards the airlock. Doop doop doo 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 doo.
And where's Nestos during all this? Is he up here with us?
He's just watching the out at the cockpit at this point. I mean, he's seen space. He's never seen that before, so he's just like, oh.
Right.
All right. So as you cross over, and you guys are watching the video play at this point as T4 crosses over. I need you actually gave me a character sheet for him, so let me get him pulled up.
What, T4?
Yep.
Yeah. I need to give him some like better stats.
Indeed.
Well, I didn't. When I started making this guy, I didn't know about, like, I didn't think about grabbing the templates and using those base stats. So everything started at 1D.
Yep. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience. It's like
So-
playing those games where you build you can build your own home for the first time,
Yeah.
and you do, and it looks nothing like what other people do. You're just like, wow, this kind of sucks. All right, so as he goes crossing over and gains access to the airlock, of course, you can tell very quickly that there's, I mean, you already know life support's gone. On the inside, the corridors are dark and forbidding with very minimal lighting. on, but that's of course the source of the power. You can tell that there is a little bit of lighting in here. The only sounds that you really pick up on at this point is the slight echoing of his, little wheels kind of going across the echoing floor, as he kind of rolls around, until suddenly you see a figure drift into the screen.
Ew.
And you can see basically a vacuum dried face of death. A layer of parched flesh is stretched drum skin tight over a glaring skull. And then soon you can actually see dozens of desiccated bodies floating around you in a ghastly null G dance.
I want to have him plug into the ship and see if anything is, able to be turned on.
Go ahead.
Artificial gravity, life support, lights.
Give me a moderate technical check.
Just straight technical.
Yep.
Or me or
You.
or him. Okay.
You're using his character sheet, but it is your droid.
What's it like? I have a 4D in technical. He is a 3D in technical. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right.
Nope. Suddenly, this has become T4CO's
God damn. I'll re-roll that one.
mini adventure. Who's not doing much better, apparently. There we go.
Ooh.
It seems to be one or the other tonight. So
Yep.
Right.
So backing up with a 6, let's see what else he gets.
19.
Somebody give him another reroll.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
had
not how
two,
that works.
actually. No, I was sitting on 2, so I just used one of them
That's
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
from
All right.
September.
Yeah, but you cannot give the NPC a reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So, in the sense that, Mike has to use his rerolls, I'm not going to count rerolls for, T4. All right. So you plug into the ship. It starts, going through some errors and whatnot. There's minimal that you can do with this. You're going to have to get a direct connection somewhere, probably, directly to the engines or perhaps communications or something to find out just what exactly is going on. You can tell what it can pull back, however. It does say that some sort of life support failure or bizarre biohazard accident took place on the ship. It does indicate that a hard vacuum exists throughout the ship, and everybody on board appears to be quite dead.
hard vacuum meaning there's a hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in the sense that there is a hull breach somewhere, as well as there's no life support to pick it back up. So there's no shielding put in place, that sort of thing.
All right. Well, let's go find the energy source.
Okay.
Like EOD driving the disposal bot.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is there we go, 14. All right, so you have come out onto the main hallway.
And I'm keeping everybody updated with all this stuff. So
Well, you've got it on the screen, so I'm sure you can just put it up on a larger screen that everybody can watch if you want.
yeah.
So you have the options at this point. You know what? In fact, T4 was able to get you blueprints
Yay.
to make this a little bit easier. That
Oh,
was something
good.
it was able to get. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to actually throw this up into the Discord chat.
Lots of hallways.
I was just imagining like towing this home with all the bodies still inside, and I was like, but then I thought, well, if these are like family members, they could be given like a burial. Maybe
Yeah,
it
true.
wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's a shoe.
Now I look at it, it does look like a shoe.
It's old Mother Hubbard's ship.
So there you go. Let me know which way you're going.
Hold on. Where are we?
You are at 14.
Okay. Which way is
main
the enemy?
airlock.
You said there was some light?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
there's some light from one part of the ship, or
No,
just flickering everywhere?
Just little flickering running lights that go down like the hallway and what.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read what each of these things in. Let's head for the let's head for the cockpit first, and then is that 10? That's a lounge. But anyway, let's.
If you're looking for the bridge, it's on the lower deck. You'll have to hit the elevators.
Well, let's just sweep the ship. We'll start at 10. Check in every room. You know, I don't know where the lift is. Oh, is that it next to the 6?
Yep. And T4 is no problem. He's got magnetic feet, so he can just get in the lift and drive his way up.
We're just going to drive him into every one of those big rooms. We'll start on the deck he's on. Go peek into each one.
So going into 10, the main lounge?
Yeah, going into 10.
And working on down? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be working my way back to you, babe. All right.
He can't scan for energy signatures and...
Not from where he's at, no.
Okay.
Scanning is not really his strong suit.
There's not a lot that is his strong suit. He's largely a one-trick pony right now. Okay, so you head to 10, which is the lounge at this point. You don't really there's not much to see there outside of the fact that there are tables that are overturned. There's no gravity system in here at all. You can but of course you don't really see anybody in here either. Making your way through the rest of let me pull this over here so I can say stop at 10, and then you go over to. Are you going to 11 or 12 first?
11.
Okay. 11. So you head into 11. He has to actually kind of nudge the door for it to open. The power isn't there for the doors. Again, that's because of the full exposure of vacuum and whatnot. However, when you come in here, it looks like this was some sort of main passenger cabin. So there is quite a bit of older decor that used to be in here. Obviously damaged by the exposure of the cold of space and whatnot. You do end up seeing that there is the body of a withered body of a woman sits at the desk. And appears that she has some sort of small hollow projector on the desk.
Someone might need to go get that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might want to suit up Owen. What? You're the shooter here. If there's a problem over there, I'd rather it be you over there.
Well,
okay,
so is Brittany. Brittany's
I can
handy with the
shoot
blaster.
also.
Well, I mean, fight it out. I don't care, but
You know what? How about the
probably have
both of you go? Why not?
Two suits.
I mean, there's a lot of ship to cover, so
Yeah, how about we both go? It's a large ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Good idea. So I'm not going to make you guys roll for it. It is a little complicated navigating the airlock just because you're going from gravity to 0G sort of thing. So
Do
you're
we
not.
have magnets on our spacesuits?
Yes.
Shoes.
Hmm?
Good. Okay.
Plus, I have investigation and such, so I'll be helpful with
I
searching.
do not.
That's why I said I'll be helpful with searching and such.
Sure.
Okay.
So is that where you guys starting? Is that 11 then?
Yeah,
So
I'm
you guys
going to
kind
go.
of slowly walk your
Yeah.
way up. I can tell you that from where you're at, these appear to be like important rooms, but they're like cabins. This was not from just the look of it. This was not a military vessel. It may have been maybe like a yacht that belonged to royalty or something.
It does look like a yacht.
So well, keep in mind the terms are used a little loosely in Star Wars.
I know, but what I
Yeah.
mean is the upper deck looks like guest quarters and probably windows and stuff.
Yeah.
And all the important machine, the machine rooms and engine bays and stuff are on the lower deck, sort of like a cruise ship.
Yeah. But be that as it may, so the rooms that you're looking at here, the one that obviously T4 is kind of hovering, not literally, but hovering at the door there. The other rooms are very similar, but they don't have anybody in it. This is the only one that has a body in it. Nasara and Owen, when you both go in, why don't you go ahead and give me investigation checks? Nasara, I know you don't have investigation. That is fine.
What do I roll?
I believe it's perception.
Oh, okay. Just straight perception.
Yep.
19.
12.
Okay. Well, it would make sense that Owen spotted this before you, since you're not quite trained for that sort of thing. Or actually, search, I think, is the one we needed, but we'll stick with.
Oh, I do have search.
Because we ran into this before.
Should I roll search?
Nope. We'll stick with what we got for right now. I just want to keep moving forward so we don't
Sure.
we don't lose a whole lot of time. So on the desk, of course, Owen, you already see that there's that hollow recorder. You also find an ID on the body. The body of the individual, her name is, I just lost it again. 1 second. Here we go.
1 sec.
Mistress Winslow.
What was that?
We got an idea.
Mistress Winslow. She's the house governess.
Owen is looking at the ID before he walks over to Nasara. Does a Mistress Winslow ring any bells?
No.
Because we got an ID.
Do you show it to me?
He shows her the ID as he passes her the ID as he goes to get the recording.
Okay. As soon as you pick that up, a semi-transparent image immediately kicks on. It's of the woman that's lying in front of you. And it suddenly projects from the holocam in a pleading voice. She says, "Save the children. We did our best to protect them, but we can't be sure how long the jury rig system will hold out. Please get them to safety." And she's like starts to cough and then eventually fades out.
I was going to say a governess implies children. My son had a governess before for a short time.
Did this ship ever leave House Pelagia when that purge was going on?
I assume. I don't know.
We might have to ask Tornar about this.
Barry,
Because
can we look up a record of this ship?
You're not anywhere near the charted space lanes.
Yeah, I didn't know if we had any info on board. So never mind.
No, unfortunately not. Not
and
like
sadly
So-
the ship's offline, so
Nasara is going to start looking more hurriedly for signs of children or a jury rigged system of some sort.
Okay. So do.
Alan's going to be checking the other cabins, see if he finds anything of the sort.
Nope, you don't find anything in there. And as you are all quickly attempting to scour around the ship, at least on this floor, let me see. I don't think you're finding anything. Obviously, you can see kind of what it is that you're running into. I'll let you know if you on that floor if you run into anything. Hold on one sec. Nope. And let's see. Okay, and then
We're in what room? 11?
yeah, well, you guys were around 10, 11, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
You guys made your sweeps, coming all the way down to where the airlock was. There's the galley, where they prepared food and whatnot. Again, most everything is here in disarray. I'm not going to give you full details of what that all looks like. The elevators obviously are not working, which is right there, that circle where it says 6. That's the elevator access tubes. 15, of course, are where escape pods are at.
Are they still there?
Yeah, all of them are still there.
Can we tell if they're empty?
Actually, yeah, you can. You can walk right up to them. None of them have been used.
Okay. So no one's in the escape pods.
Correct. You get to
Right.
16, which is the med bay. Obviously, it looks like there's quite a bit of disarray in here. In addition to the floating, no blaster fire really, as far as you can tell. On the inside. Let's see. So as you guys and T4, by the way, T4 is still leading the way. I take it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. So you guys get to the back of the ship on this floor here, and this particular room is actually devoid of people, corpses.
The engineering bay.
Yes. And so I need to get my dice. 1 second. So there is good news and bad news here. Which would you like first?
Bad news.
Bad news.
The bad news. All right. Well, as you guys enter the room, you're looking around, kind of using the lights from your suits. It's engineering, so it's pretty wide open, with the exception of the fact it's got the engines and whatnot back here. What you do end up seeing, one of the reasons why there weren't any corpses back here, is there are these huge red streak shapes that move quietly out of the machinery as gaping mouths lined with diamond hard teeth suddenly snap. And the good news is they don't get either one of you.
Oh,
The bad
My boy.
news is T4 takes one for the team.
No.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, T4 has 1D to the rest of his
Oh
abilities.
no.
So hitting him is not a it's not a problem. Let's see if it's able to survive the first strike of these crimson space slugs. The other bit of good news, they're not terribly fast.
Can we see these on the screen?
Very briefly, until you see nothing but mouth.
Right.
Drake, I'm going over.
Owen just says over the
that's a good
comms.
idea.
All right.
Owen just says over the comms. Think we found the source of why most of, or at least all of the passengers are dead.
Okay, so T4 is not down. It is completely immobile. Nasara and Owen, since you two are here, why don't you? Why don't you get? You know what? We have character sheets here. Let me pull one out real fast. You guys will want alien species.
I got that.
Give it a roll if you have alien species.
I got it, but I have I got one pip in it.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll what you have.
8.
Oh,
Ah! Holy cow.
Nice.
22.
Nice. So,
Wow, nice.
in your days as an adjutant for the Empire, you ran across a ship that happened to have been infested by slugs. This is why you happen to know so much about it. You know that they operate off of a heat source, which is why they attacked T4. They're obviously starved at this point, and that's why they had been in the engineering. So, here is your choice that you can relay to the group at the right now. You can attempt to save T4, or you can allow T4 to be a distraction, which would allow you guys to either get away and or take free shots.
And Ashi's actually suiting up and getting ready to head over.
Okay.
Owen's
you'll be suited in 2 rounds.
Yeah, Owen's going to relay this real quick of that they're one obviously starved into attracted to heat. And possibly the reason why the ship got massacred.
Can they be killed?
Okay.
Yeah, there's slug.
Owen, I'll tell you what. You know what? You got a pretty stellar roll with that one. Since she asked that question, although you don't know how to do it, if you could figure out some way to increase the gravity, like basically reactivate the gravity in the ship and turn it to max, you could essentially crush them without having to deal with them.
Yeah. If we can get the gravity working again and turn it to max, we can crush these things without having to shoot. But these things are a bit of a pain in the ass. I had to deal with a ship infested with them during my days.
I out of character apologize for this, but as soon as Owen says they're attracted to heat, I'm sending a shutdown command to T4.
Go ahead.
Because that's what my character would do.
I get it.
That's,
I can see it.
fine.
Roll your go ahead and roll your computer programming. Not that it's super difficult.
He's saving
16.
his baby.
Okay, and so at that point, right as Owen says that, Nasara, you see T4 shut down.
Hello? Can you hear us?
No, we can hear you.
We're in combat rounds at this point.
Okay, Nasara, let's get ready because these things are probably going to turn on us
Can
with
I shoot?
T4 off.
Can I shoot them?
Are you going to stop and ask that, or are you going to just respond in kind?
I'm just gonna shoot them.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just shoot because.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Exactly. So anyway, that's hard to
Mon-
blast.
Montana, try to find a. All right, T4's off. We need to get the.
You've got the comm links in your helmets.
I know he's talking through that. We need to find a way to get the energy running back through this thing.
Do I just roll for blaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you guys have the initiative for this one. So go ahead and roll your blaster.
20.
Yeah, they're within close range, so.
It exploded.
16.
Yeah, it's not going to take much. Go ahead and roll your damage. Yeah.
Damn. This is why I sent Owen.
I got a 20. What I re-roll that 6 from the damage dice?
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, does damage have a wild die?
No. I don't
Okay.
believe it does.
My damage is 10.
I got 20.
What exactly are you using for damage, Owen?
The 5D from the blaster rifle.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Yep. So he pulls out the big guns. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
There's a hole in the side of the ship and dead corpses floating around. He's not going to walk in just with a pistol.
Nasara, why don't you give me... Do you have space transport repair?
No.
Which... Do you have any sort of repair? Is it...
I have droid repair
Okay.
and computer program repair.
Okay. Never mind.
Ashi hasn't. She's on the way, but
Yeah, Ashi, since you heard that, why don't you, about the whole gravity, give me a star transport repair roll.
Okay.
Ow.
Owen just says this over comms. And probably make this quick. I have a feeling there's going to be more than one of these things on this ship on the lower decks. Sooner we get this thing working again, the sooner we can probably get rid of these. These things are like space slugs in a sense.
No, they are
Max
space
gravity.
slugs. That is
I know,
literally what they are.
That's why he was just in character. That's why he was comparing them to that's why he was just telling them.
And a 5.
Okay. The only thing that you would know then is you don't have enough technical know-how to pull that off. Someone
I don't know how to do it.
Someone with that technical know-how is going to need to come over here and do this. Otherwise, you're going to have to sweep the entire ship.
Montaigne,
yes.
I need help. I don't know how to do this gravity thing.
Can we attach a data cable from our ship to theirs?
No.
Okay. God damn it.
I don't know. Can you walk me through it?
I better just come over.
Okay, hurry.
So-
I'm going to head back where the guys are.
So
Yeah, go help the others. I'll get into a short spacesuit.
okay, so
We have a size for you.
So you guys are opening up on the space slugs at this point. So they both take a hit. The one that Nasara shot takes the hit. Of course, you don't hear anything necessarily in space, but it's Star Wars, so you're supposed to.
Pew
So
pew.
you can hear it. It kind of hiss and it kind of recoils back a second, but it didn't look like it did much of anything. The one that Owen hit, however, it kind of it does its thing and then kind of goes limp and just starts slowly just floating in place. And knowing that these are here at this point, it's a good bet that there are more in this engine room. You guys are going to need to really hurry this up. Ashi, are you going to wait for Montana, or are you just going to run over?
No, she's heading to Owen and Nassar with lightsaber, ready to rock and roll.
Brown.
Yay, lightsaber combat! Finally.
She's got 2 of them.
Ooh.
Okay, so you have lit them up at this point, and you come running down. Next round at this point. So the one that's alive is lashing out at Nasara. Oops. And you are lucky these things suck to attack. Because if they hit, they suck to hit big time. Okay. So it ends up like you weren't even really attempting to dodge per se. You were just repositioning and try to get a better shot, and it clamped down like right where your feet were, and you can actually hear and see those serrated teeth like bite into the metal where your foot would have been. These things are about 6 to 8 meters in size.
Holy
Oh.
Jesus.
Okay. Wait, so it didn't hit me, but it was a near miss.
Yeah, it was a near miss.
Okay.
Alexa, what is 7 meters in feet?
7 meters is about 23 feet.
Ooh.
That's a giant gator.
You
Big
just
boy.
nearly lost your foot.
I'm gonna back up. Retreat. Get some distance.
Run
You said they're
away!
slow.
Run away!
The better part of valor, huh?
You said that they're slow.
They do not appear to be terribly fast. They are not impeded, however. They can survive in the vacuum of space, so they just kind of slither
Zigzag.
and come at you.
Zigzag.
Yep.
So while they're zigging, you zag.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking some distance.
All right, so you take a round to back up. Owen, are you gonna back up and then fire, or are you just gonna back up?
He's going to fire at the one that nearly bit Nasara's foot off.
I'm asking Nasara first what she's doing, and I'll ask you in a second.
Sorry.
Simple.
Oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot again.
Okay, so you're down 1 die as you
sorry.
shoot after you back up. Owen, are you doing the same thing? Backing up and shooting, or are you just going to shoot?
Yeah, I'm going to back up.
Okay, so same thing. So as you back up, give yourself some distance from it. You're down 1 die to attack. Go ahead and let him have it.
16.
Those are both hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Same thing with the damage dice.
Yeah.
19. Oh wait, are we down a die for that?
No.
Okay. 19.
No, only for your actions.
I had to ask the same thing with the damage dice.
No.
Okay. $15.
15, boom, and 19. Okay, blah blah. So you both back up real quick, take some shots at that thing, and the singeing and marks, and it finally kind of starts. It cringes and starts floating up in where it's at. You can hear more movement inside the the engine room at this point. You could buy yourself some time if you attempt to pull that door back shut.
Owen just
Yeah, okay.
remarks, we might have to take one of the bodies to show why this thing went missing. As proof.
Well, let's see what we can
So why
do
don't
to
you
get rid of
why
them.
don't you both give me strength checks to pull the door shut?
$12.
10.
Okay, well, I mean, it's combined. Neither one of you two are especially strong, but you can do it. Put your backs into it. That's obviously not going to keep them in there, but that will buy you some time. Ashi, you come running up at this point, and you can hear something gnawing on the door in front of you as you come running down that hallway. Montan, you're behind her. You're behind her a ways.
Well, I'm not headed for the combat. I'm looking for an access, like a data. I'm trying to log into the ship systems.
So you're not meeting them. You're going somewhere else in the ship.
Well, where can I affect the gravity? I just need a
Engineering.
Terminal. Fuck. Come on.
And we just shut the door to buy time for y'all.
This ship's got a bridge somewhere.
It does, but engineering is the only place that you can affect it directly. If you went to the bridge, it's possible, but you don't know what else is on the ship.
Dre, does the Saber have a tractor beam?
Yeah, we recently got that installed.
Can you maneuver around to the back of the ship and just tractor beam the engineering bay?
Owen is just staring at Montan like, do you have a death wish?
To do what exactly? You're wanting me to pull the bay off of the ship?
Look, as far as I know, the only way to kill all these things is gravity, right? But
Right.
the only way to affect the gravity in the ship is in the room with all the scary things. So the other way to create gravity would be a tractor beam. So you can either pull them into space,
Well, that
or
would
crush
lock
them in
onto
place.
that would lock onto the ship and essentially just pull the ship to
like
the vessel, which you're already connected to it.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, we would just be hitting the ship itself. It's not going to affect the internal gravity of the ship, though.
All right.
Montan, me and Nasara can try to buy you some time to turn
Ashi is there too.
Yeah, we can try to buy you some time to get the thing back online.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what. I will follow you, Montaigne, and I will keep them off of you the best I can.
I
We
love
just
how everybody calls him Montan except Ashi. Montaigne.
We just shut the
Sometimes he
door.
says Montaigne.
He's Montaigne, dang it.
Montaigne.
We just shut the door for y'all to get here. That's really it.
And you can see the door is getting chomped away at.
It's her accent.
I don't like this, but okay.
Her southern Tagrunta accent.
Yeah.
All right, Ashi, get ready. Nasara, let's get the door back open.
Yep.
All right. You want us to roll for strength again?
No, because the door is already coming down at this point. It's coming through.
Oh.
Just shoot.
Why would you do
Alright.
that?
Wait, if it's attracted to heat,
Ashi,
can we just put the lightsaber out there and they'll all try to eat it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, have a popsicle.
Now, they're going to attack the source, essentially. So Ashi is going to become basically it in this giant game of tag. But that's going to be your best option to try and activate the, what it is you're trying to activate. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to kill you, any of you, but it will make it extremely difficult to get around.
Yeah, but it'll buy us some time to get the gravity back online for the Regal Destiny.
No, that's what I'm talking about. If you set the gravity to max.
Yeah.
It will be painful for you guys, and it will be very difficult to get around. But it's going to be worse on them.
Okay.
So, Ashi, why don't you... it's chomping through the door, so just go ahead and roll damage for your lightsaber.
Okay.
Just Vader at this point.
Now I'm for my damage because this is the first. Oh, there it is. Okay, so damage is 4D. Now,
For a
because-
lightsaber, it's supposed to be 5D, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
5D.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll roll 5. No, I have a. Well, no, I won't. Never mind. I'm re-rolling.
That's just damage, right?
Yep.
Oh, that is damage, isn't it? Okay, 16.
Okay. Okay, so you see this thing squeal as it's getting lit up with the lightsaber at this point, and it burns, a good piece of it away as it lifelessly just floats there at this point.
Is there another one she can hit with the other lightsaber?
The part of the door is in the way. You're gonna have to break through it.
Okay.
Or you can hack the door down with your lightsabers.
That's what she'll do. She'll just slice it.
So just go ahead and give me 2 damage tests with your lightsabers.
Okay. First one's a 15.
Okay.
Thank you for burning all your ones on this.
And the second one is a 19.
Okay. Good enough. The door is completely down. You guys can see with your helmet lights that there are more in here. But you've got an opening at this point. Ashi, are you going to draw everybody? Are you going to draw their attention to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ashi goes running in, like just swinging wildly with her lightsabers. Come here! Come and get me! Christmas tree! Hey, Lighthead!
Like Jurassic Park. Hey!
Yeah, that too. There you go.
Nasara's going to be
I was thinking more Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's okay.
stunned a moment just watching.
So Montan, why don't you give me space transports check? Oh wow, Davey just chimed in. Davey, yours already supposed to be pumpkined at this point.
17.
17. All right. Based as you do kind of like a quick look around and whatnot, you find the terminal that you think you're going to need at this point. So all you really need is A, Ashi to keep their attention, and B, Nasara and Owen to shoot anything that gets nearby.
Teamwork, guys. Protect the furry
Keep the
one.
furry one. Keep the furry one alive.
Protect the furry.
Okay. So this is how we're going to do it so we can kind of speed things up here a little bit. So Ashi, since you're not really trying to combat them, you're just trying to get their attention and keep them away. Why don't you give me... I don't really have... Wait, do we have running? No. But we do have stamina.
Yeah, running's a skill. I have it.
Is running a skill?
Yep.
Do you have running?
I do. Wait.
Because not everybody has
Dexterity?
that.
I do
Okay.
have running. Oh,
So it's going to be your base strength at this point, as you're just trying to hoof it and stay in front of them as fast as you can. So go ahead and roll your strength.
running is
So,
under dex.
am I rolling my stamina or just my strength?
Strength.
Not to be that guy, but running's a dexterity skill.
That sucks because my stamina is better.
Wait, where's stamina?
It's a
Under
strength
strength.
skill.
That's a strength thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it a dexterity skill?
Running is
No,
a
it's
dexterity.
Running is dex.
Running's
Oh,
dexterity.
then dexterity.
Stamina. Okay. My dexterity is a little bit better. Note to self: get some running. 10.
Okay. You're keeping in front of them, but they are getting very, very close. If they can't
Still
get it
smack
after this, if they can't get this resolved this round, you're gonna have to fight your way out. They're gonna get you pinned into a corner.
Okay.
Okay. Montan, give me a check.
Same thing. Start space transport repair.
Yes, because that's ultimately what this is.
Yeah. 17.
Not bad. Okay. So at this point, you guys hear this,
Brace
And-
yourself, guys.
and a hum, and immediately Nasara, Owen, and Montan, like you feel it in your knees, like right away. Just Ashi, as you're actually trying to run. Give me a strength check because you're mobile at this point, not standing in place.
$12.
Oh, all right. The sounds of everything kicking on were just enough, and you paused real quick and kind of braced yourself as instantaneously you hear the of these slugs like just hitting the well, I want to say pavement, but it's not really pavement. You know, the steel floorings of this vessel.
And all the corpses all throughout the ship.
Yes.
Splat.
All right. So, you've effectively given yourself a buffer. It's just going to be very, very hard to move around. Are you going to just leave it going and start investigating from here?
How many are there?
In the engineering, there were 6.
And did we kill? Are they dead or are we?
They're twitching and they're twitching and dying at this point.
Okay, so we don't need to actually kill them. Time will take care of that.
Correct.
Let's leave it on.
Yeah.
It allows us to keep the bodies in place when we tow this back to Tolinar.
You mean let the bodies hit the floor?
Shut up.
Okay, so to speed this up, because we're running out of time here, and David has been very, very, very patient.
Yes, he has.
And listen, well, I mean, it was a scene. It was meant to be a scene. So after you explore, because you're limited on your movement, so as you are slowly making your way around the ship at this point in the heated gravity, occasionally taking time to stop and gather your breath again, and FYI, this will be, you can use this to try and get strength and or stamina related skills as you are clearly trying to push your way through this at increased gravity. As you start going through the ship, you do encounter other slugs that are like on the ground and basically just twitching and you're getting crushed from their own weight in a sickening in sickening sounds. I will tell you the location 2 is I'll just kind of speed through this here. Location 2 is your hyper transceiver room. And Montan, since you're with them, you would note, without actually going through and doing anything with it, while damaged, it does appear to be a state-of-the-art hyper transceiver. If repaired, it would be a very valuable piece of equipment.
Score.
Of course, you guys already talked about the cabins. Let's see. Anything
We're
else
trying
on
to
that one?
find the
Energy signature.
the source of the energy.
You already found the energy signature. You're using it to kill the slugs.
Oh, okay.
Trying to find.
I thought it was
The 2 other things you end up finding. You go to the main hold, which is location 7 on your map. So you're on the lower floor at this point.
Oh, we were trying to find the children. Also.
Remember, I'm speeding through this.
Sorry.
I do appreciate your eagerness.
What about the children?
What about the children? As Sarah McLachlan plays quietly in the background. You're in the main hold, which it looks like most everything that they brought with them is still down in here. You see, as you take time to glance around, you do end up seeing what appear to be like hollow art, beryllium, and jewels that are stored here. If you're taking the time to estimate that, you can. Otherwise, just mark it at valuables for right now. However, as you guys are, you know what? Everybody give me a search check instead that are here.
And that's under
Perception.
perception. Okay.
Yes.
17.
17.
14.
11.
Okay. Nasara and Owen probably makes sense. You guys were the first two on the vessel. You guys are looking around. You end up seeing 3 long crates lying in a corner that appear to be linked to the ship's power grid.
Over here. Let's check this out.
Owen just raises an eyebrow as he approaches one. What the hell?
So, I mean, looking at it, it looks like these things have been jury-rigged together and essentially slaved to one another into the power grid of the ship.
Must be the jury rig that the mistress talked about.
Oh, Montan, why don't you give me a technical check since they pointed this out?
$23 on the first roll.
Good God.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wait, I've seen this before.
So, despite his smallish form, he's actually quite happy to get down to one knee to take a look at the technical readout, so he doesn't have to be on his feet right now. This increased gravity hurts like heck. But you can tell.
34.
Wow.
You can
Holy
tell.
cow.
Good grief! So you can tell that there's actual life support readouts coming from these crates. When you actually look on the inside, you can see that there are 3 bodies encased in carbonite freezing.
Guys, these are people, and they're alive-ish.
Yeah,
Can we get them back to our ship?
And because you really, really nailed that roll, one of them has failing power from the jury rig coupling. The other two seem to be fine as of this point. But if it continues like this, the carbonite freezing is going to fail, and the person inside will die.
Okay, so these are people-sized boxes? These are like coffin-sized boxes?
They are, yes.
Do I think that the failing one is going to fail if I separate it from the other two?
Given your roll, it's going to fail either way.
Well, what I mean is before we can get it back to the ship.
Well, it's going to be it's failing either way is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
If you leave it, it's going to fail. If you disconnect it, it's going to fail.
Well, I'm not leaving it. I'm considering moving.
I understand.
Triple coffins through the hallways. I didn't know if we could fit the whole mess across the ramp.
Oh, if you stack them on top of one another, yes.
But how will we do that with the gravity?
Well, yeah. There's one problem. You're gonna have to fix the gravity.
Well, I can go back and turn the gravity off.
Right,
again.
But then the other problem you're facing at this point is they're connected to the ship's power core. You're gonna need to find a way to connect them to some sort of external power core temporarily in order to just keep them.
Droid.
Could we hook it up to
I'm doing
T4?
I need you to come. Ashi, come with me.
Okay. Can we use the droid?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Montan, why don't you give me another technical check?
Well, I have droid engineering if that would help. But
Yeah. You can use that in place.
Yeah, the problem we're having is it's going to be that
19, and I get a category shift because it's an advanced skill.
You got a what?
Droid engineering is an advanced skill, which gives me a
What'd
one
you roll?
category bonus. So I got a 19.
19. Okay, thank you.
What's a category shift? How does that work?
So
Yeah, it's like a
if
column
you-
shift from Marvel.
Yeah, but like how?
So if
So,
he,
like,
so if
if
he
it was
got an
a-
easy, then in this
Gotcha.
case he got a moderate.
Right,
Or-
I rolled a
Okay.
19, which is a difficult, but
Yeah.
because of the category shift, it's a very difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So very, very nice. Absolutely. And in fact, if you take out some of T4's wiring, it will, like wiring couplings and whatnot, it will, you're still going to run into the same problem, but you know you're going to have the power and it's going to be safe to attach to get it back to the ship once you've dealt with the problems with the gravity.
Now, are all the worms dead now? Are they just floating? No. Are they just smushed to the ground?
The only way for you to check that would be to go to the bridge and scan for life signs.
Actually, how about I just put a lightsaber through their brains as we pass them?
Because that's going to take too much time.
Mm.
And it's not like you can see them all. You don't know where they're all on the ship.
Well, right. No, I would just get the ones that we pass.
Yeah, because with the gravity the way it is, it's going to take too much time.
Okay.
Is there any way to take them out of the carbonite freezing right now? Like if they're stuck there?
Well, they're a
They'll
ship with
die.
no life support.
Actually, Montan, you would know this given your technical role. You're going to need somebody with medicine to bring them out safely. So if you just cut the power, that's obviously not safely. They would all die.
Right, I'm not trying to do that. And I don't think we ever bought that medical droid because we got a doctor when I was going to do that.
So
I have first aid.
So somebody's going to have to try and do some sort of miracle of medicine, but that's at a later time. Right now, you got to figure out the other.
Do carbonite frozen things have to?
All right.
Like, do they need life support?
Yeah,
Here's
it is
my
life
plan.
support.
Oxygen?
Yes.
They do
Yeah.
need oxygen.
No, it's life support.
Oh,
It's not oxygen.
okay.
per se.
So the carbonite requires power to
Correct.
keep them frozen.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, here's my plan. We go back to engineering. We shut off the gravity again. We grab T4. I pull his power source and some wiring. And he needs to get back to the ship too, because I'll have to repair him too. But we bring the power source down to these boxes. I attach it. I detach them from the ship's power, and in the 0G, we move them back to the Saber, hook them up to that ship's power, and then keep clamped on.
Unfreeze them when we get back to civilization.
Keep clamped onto this
Yes.
Regal Destiny. Just tow it back to base.
Yes. Good.
And we can probably let the survivors out.
Well,
like the plan.
Or
I don't
or
know
at
if
least
you
think
call
we
people in carbonite.
or at least the one that
You're going to
that
have
has
to
the
do
failing
something
one
about the
out.
one with the failing system, no matter
Yeah.
what. But
Yeah.
Well,
right
let's
now
get
you
moving
need
because we
Yeah.
get so
Okay,
she'll
so-
go with him.
Montan, go ahead and make your checks to disassemble T4. The power
Let's
core
see what
and
the
what
crates-
wiring you're going to
Right.
need.
15 with the category.
Boom! More than enough. So you quickly disassemble that after you've already shut down the or basically placed the gravity to normal at this point. So you're not
No,
You're
this is
you're not impeded. Because otherwise you have to use magnetic boots, and that would slow you down a little bit. So now you
Yeah.
could at least run at a regular pace. So with that, you go running back. Give me another check at this point to get everything assembled safely.
Straight technical or computer repair?
For this, no, it's not gonna, it would be straight technical.
Hiya. $22.
Nice. So Montan coming out clutch.
He's got one lane, but he's good in it.
So he's getting everything quickly assembled at this point, and you can already hear like the alarm sounding on the, on the carbonite freezing containers. But then he quickly replaces the power, slaves it all together temporarily. Low power readings, the battery or the power supply to the droid isn't going to be enough, but it's enough for right now. Of course, the alarm is still going off now on the final one. Between all four of you, go ahead and give me strength checks. Pushing these things as quickly as you can. Thankfully, they hover.
I actually have lifting, but it's not any better, so. 7.
10.
Wait,
Oh,
you
I
got
yeah, I just realized that.
14.
Those
Okay,
make
make that 15 because I got.
I'm a wimp. 6.
As I never noticed, I got a wild die.
And Davey just laughed at you like Skeletor. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah.
So you guys
15
like partner up on these things and just put your backs into it, just shoving these things as quickly as you can back to the airlock, passing by, passing by the corpses as well as the space slugs that you have allowed to get completely crushed on the inside, and you bring them back into the blue saber. And so Drade, you hear them like coming across, the airlock and coming back through with these things. And Nestos, even though he can't speak to you, slides down the chair and, goes to look to see what the commotion is.
Mm-hmm.
Owen just yells out to Drake, "We got survivors. Jerry rig system on carbonite."
All right,
Can
now
somebody go grab the rest of P4?
while they're doing that, yes, go ahead. So to bring them out, I actually have that here. Hold on 1 second.
We know what caused the incident. We need to tow this thing back to Talinar.
That was a loud doggo.
The dog agrees.
I know.
The what I can describe as space slugs tore into the ship and caused a massive hole to essentially kill life support. Life support was jury-rigged to these things when we found them.
Got it.
We managed to ID one of the dead corpses.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can tow it back. Blue Saber should have plenty of power to give the rest of those carbonite.
Yeah, it's
modules.
just for the rest of them, it's just a matter of plugging it up in your cargo.
Yeah,
that part's not a problem.
Yeah, we got a failing one though, Drade.
Oh yeah, here we go.
That's the one issue we're running into is we got a failing one.
Okay, so you do not have an advanced medical facility. You do have a medical facility on board, however. Yeah, no, I mean, you've got, nobody knows how to use it per se, but I mean, you guys do have, you just don't have, what I'm getting at is you're not like at a hospital.
Right.
So
I have first aid. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, he'll
Uh,
need to
I
know
I mean,
that too.
I have first aid too, but I have a 2D in technical and a plus one in
who
first
has
aid.
the best first aid?
I have two 2D1.
I
I
have
have
a
a 2D in technical.
I have a 2D plus one in technical,
I
plus
just
one.
need first aid.
I have a 2D plus 2 in first aid. If they're human, it'd be 3D plus 1.
They are human.
Then it'd
Okay.
be 3D plus 1.
Plus
Okay,
straight to work.
so Drade, you are woefully inept to attempt this. However, you know you are the only one that can.
Yeah. Okay.
The system is crashing,
Yeah.
and if you don't at least try yeah, Davey is encouraging you to use a dark side point here to help.
But it's a heroic act, right? So
Exactly. So he would get another dark side point.
He's actually like Frankenstein. It's alive.
Exactly. By the
And
way,
if you fail, David's character will die before
By-
he even gets to speak.
Good run,
no.
man.
you don't know that's mine.
Oh no.
so, oh no.
Okay, that's
No,
fair.
that's mine.
fair. I take it back.
So, Drade, as you're looking at this, you can tell the one that's failing is clearly a human male adult.
Okay.
The other two appeared to be children.
Okay, and those two are stable. Just the one that's
Yes,
failing.
the one that is an adult. So here's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
You are going to need, and I know you're going to have to put you're going to wind up putting a lot to it.
Yeah.
You need a very difficult first aid check.
Cool.
So bare minimum 21.
Right. So he is gonna first concentrate. See if he can bump that up here.
Okay.
Right.
You just got a free reroll from Brittany.
Thank you.
If you didn't have one, Dale.
Yeah, and I didn't. That was perfect timing. Let's see. Do that.
So everybody, pucker your butts.
Okay. So yeah,
puckered.
made the concentration check. So
Okay.
now we're going to do that.
So before you roll, are you going to put a force point to it or any character points to it?
Let's see. Don't have character points to spend, but I do have a force point, and it's to save somebody. So yeah, I will be doing that.
Okay.
Will that double the base amount or the full amount that I have with the concentration bonus?
The rules are technically different, but for the time being, it's going to give you double to the base. So whatever you would have normally for that.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. That's
I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that just because it's a little bit easier. And then of course, dark side, triple your dice pool. Hence why it's the dark side. You get more bang for your buck.
$41.
Huzzah!
Wow!
Nice.
Guess you just won the
So
MVP for the night.
So right off the bat, you automatically get another force point
Sweet. Woo-hoo, got it back.
because you used it for the right reasons, and that's
Right.
the heroic reasons. Okay, so you throw that Hail Mary out there, praying to God.
Yeah.
Go through every iota of first aid training, which again, you don't know everything you need to know, but you're like, okay, I'm going to keep it to the basics. I'm going to keep monitoring vitals. I'm going to, do this at, let it go, slowly. I'm going to try and keep it warm. Like you're trying to use some common sense here, to put this through. So the whole thing doesn't crash. Giving yourself a pep talk, knowing that the force somehow is going to save this. He wasn't encased in carbonite for 15 years to die now in some stranger ship. He at least needs to be defrozen and curse you out first before that
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Right.
And
That's only fair thing.
you see it start going through the process. It starts fading, and you see the flesh start to to form as the carbonite is dissipating, in a bit of mist and air, and then eventually you just see the inside casing with the individual with some very basic clothing on right now.
I think it worked.
I have to ask, did Nesto watch all this
Yes, he did.
and his reaction to the guy falling out?
Well, at first he thought you brought giant popsicles, and he didn't understand why they were alien shaped. That made no sense. But then
Well, because we were gonna eat him, duh.
Oh no!
No, not you, Moss Man.
Yeah, Moss Man.
Remember, he just thinks Nassar is handicapped.
Oh, right.
If anybody tries to lick me, it's going to be an issue.
So Tycho, you start coming to. You obviously can't see anything. Everything is just kind of a blur right now. A bright. Yes.
Awesome.
I know. I thought that was interesting when I saw his name.
I know Davey hit the cat and all, but
That's cool.
So you start to come to. Your skin is a little prickly. Like your whole body has been in some sort of slumber, which of course it has. So you've got that kind of staticky feeling to your extremities as blood is starting to come back to your brain and body, and you start to feel the warmth again.
Does the air smell normal?
It does.
Or taste normal?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Which that is the
probably,
first guess that something different has happened.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I
And
probably
Drake
cough
is
a
right
little
there
bit.
sitting next to you too.
Well, I can't see that. I probably cough a little bit. Is anybody speaking?
After he coughs, I'm gonna be like, "It's okay, man. You're just coming out of a carbonite freeze for a while. How are you feeling? Can you talk?"
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Han
He'll
Solo.
say, I know. It seems kind of labored, but he says something like, others alive?
Besides you and a couple of children we found in the carbonite, nah, everyone's dead. Those space slugs tore a massive hole in the ship, and everyone died of asphyxiation. Life support was jury-rigged to the carbonite. Yours was failing that we had to get you out.
If you say so, don't wake others.
We're not. We just
Okay.
had to do you because
Why not?
yours was failing.
Dangerous.
The others are dangerous? Or it's
He
dangerous?
just says dangerous and then flops on the floor like he passed out.
Okay. Hey, Ashi, can you help me get this guy to somewhere more comfortable? And let's get him some water and some food. He's probably gonna start being hungry pretty quick.
I'll
Do
go.
you
I'll go
want?
get him
Do you
something
want to
eat.
put him in one of the beds, or
Let's take him to
Medical
the
bay?
lounge room and put him on the couch.
okay?
As you start moving him, he wakes up a little bit and says, no, stay here. And then passes out again.
Convenient.
He's not really passing out,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he wants you to think he is because he doesn't want to answer all your questions.
Hey, man, we're trying to help you out. We've got you, and we've got the two others in carbonite. They're okay. Everyone else, fortunately, perished. It's You've been out here a while, man. So we're just trying to make sure you're all right. Let's see if we can get you something. I'll go get him some food, nutrients,
I
and some
I
water. I'll
already
be right
left.
back.
Yeah, Nasara's
Take
already
some.
working on that.
Well, all right then.
Well, then let's just get him into one of the medical beds.
We can move all of them. Are they all like repulsor lift type things where we can just kind of move them around?
Yep.
Or okay, yeah, let's move them all as a group so that he's not away from them. It kind of seems like he's supposed to be guarding these two. So let's.
Well, I don't think I'm in the carbonite thing anymore, right?
Yeah, you're not.
Mm-mm.
No. Your carbonite thing was failing. That's why we had to wake you.
Right. So you'd have to carry me or get me to stumble walk or something.
Oh, okay, you just fell out of the box. Okay, so then
Yeah.
be like, can you get on your feet? Are you doing okay?
I try. Can I?
Yeah, you've got enough strength to try that, but you're not very mobile. If somebody helps you, you can.
Sure.
Yeah,
And I
the moment
do
he-
pretend to
yeah.
be a little weaker than I am.
So Ashi will move in to help support as we move him.
Okay.
So as you're doing that, and Nestos, because you're busy at this point, Nestos grabs Nasara since she's been like motherly to him, and of course is saying something rapidly in his language which you don't understand, but he's apparently concerned and is trying to pull you along to something.
Okay, Nasara was trying to gather like a blanket and some like spare clothes along with something to eat and some water. So if
Yeah,
she's
and-
probably carrying all of that.
And he's trying to pull you up to the ladder.
Okay, she'll follow.
Okay, so you got like stuff under one arm sort of thing and hugging, climbing all the way up to the top. And Nestos comes running over and he's pointing at the sensors which are chiming. And he shrugs because he doesn't know what they mean, but they're making a noise that doesn't sound friendly.
I'm gonna give him the things I was carrying and say,
So he's oof.
take it down. take it to the new guy.
You know,
I know he can't understand me, but maybe he'll figure
I
it
would
out.
think that Ashi would have
Oh, I
told
guess
him
we have palms.
how to say go,
Well,
stop.
right now you guys are negotiating that. Let's not worry about that for the time being. That's
Okay, and
getting
I'll
caught
go
up
look
in
at
the weeds
sensors.
there. Look at the sensors. Go ahead and roll. Just need it easy.
What's my sensors? Okay. Holy moly, that's a lot of dice. We'll just used 20.
Nice. Okay. So your sensors are picking up multiple inbound life forms
The slugs that didn't die.
Slugs.
coming from the rocks,
The rocks? What
the
rocks?
asteroids.
the asteroids,
that were around.
Ooh.
That's where
and
they
you
came
and
from.
you can see them,
It's time
wiggling
to go.
wiggling their way towards the ship.
Okay, I'll say, guys, we've got incoming from the rocks. Should I just take us away? Are we good?
Ashi, Owen, get to the turrets, please.
Yeah,
See if
I'll
we can
get
take care of those things.
Owen
Yeah,
just replies, I'll
she's
get to
just
the...
going to put him down and she'll run to her turret.
Yeah,
Okay,
Owen
Nasara,
just
since you
Forgot that we
are
could fight them on the ship.
since you're already there, go ahead and give me a piloting check.
Owen's going to hit the ion cannon.
Okay.
Me
We have
piloting check?
Don't we have two turrets
yes.
and an ion cannon?
We have a turret on top,
yes.
and the turret on bottom has the ion cannon, so
Okay.
it can like move around.
Yep, and then there's fixed forward guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Space transport? Is that what it is?
Space transport.
I'm not as good at that as I thought I was.
Owen just chimes in as when he gets in the ion cannon. That asteroid field is probably what
I guess I
those
was
slugs
okay.
came from.
You have another 6 to roll. Look at that. 19.
19.
Boom.
I guess I did okay.
So you jumped in the passenger or in the driver's seat real quick, hit those sublight drives and rip out of there.
Did we already tractor the ship?
You've already been latched onto the ship.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're just taking it with.
So while Drade is down below, did you want to go ahead and just hit the astrogation and send it into hyperspace?
I'll ask. Are we good to go?
Go.
If we've got,
Then
if we've
yes.
got everything, and you can get the astrogation in there, go for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Go
And
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead and roll.
Zeroing
Nasara.
in.
What am I roll? Oh, astrogation.
Yep. You just need a moderate. This is a known route you guys have already flown.
6.
It's taking some time. But I mean, you're flying. It's not like they can't catch up to you if you're actively flying away from them. So, so you're.
Shall I roll again?
Go ahead.
Be nice, dice.
They listened that time. The dice listened.
Jeez.
You guys have gotten
They're
a lot
really
of 6s
listening.
this particular game. Nice.
They are.
Makes up for last time.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that,
23.
all right.
Not
So
too shabby on a 2d6 plus 1.
Woohoo.
nope, not too bad at all. So you jump back into hyperspace. You guys took the precaution to get into the turrets, but you didn't need them. You managed to pull away fast enough before more space slugs could attach themselves to the vessel. Actually, we'll probably call it right there because we're right at about 3 hours. So there we go. Good game. We've got our new player Tycho attached to the group at this point. You guys are heading back into the
Not to
Tapani
be
sector.
Not to be confused with our old player named Tycho, played by David.
Played by Dave E. Yes. All right, so
That's funny. I didn't know that.
I know.
It's so funny.
I assume my last name is different, but
Right.
Pretty sure.
Tycho.
Pretty sure.
Well,
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I know, yeah. All right, so before we end, we have RP votes to give out. So we're going to start with Dale.
Let's see. I'm going to give my vote. I'm going to give mine to Brittany for, in the beginning, being very sad and reluctant regarding the argument. Yep.
Reluctantly
Very good.
crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. All right, so Shelley.
Mike, because he rocked tonight.
Okay. Mike.
I was going to say Shelley for going toe to toe with me on that ethics debate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brittany.
it was good.
I was also going to go with Shelley because she had a lot of answers.
Okay. David.
Really?
Yes.
I think mine would go to Brittany
Okay. So
For
two
the,
for
for
Shelley,
part
two for
in
Brittany.
the arguments against the other people,
Okay.
because
Colin.
those were very hypocritical arguments.
I'll say Shelley.
Okay.
Oh,
So
That's
Shelley,
nice.
you end up getting an extra RP vote. So an extra point for you.
are we rolling for our stuff? This?
Mm-mm.
Did we do that? Did we already roll?
Yeah,
for
we
our-
did
It's
that
the,
on
it's the
6.
20th.
Okay.
think
Oh, I
we're
guess
good.
it is. I guess we did have a game, didn't we?
Yeah. Okay, so cool. Our next game for this would actually be December the 4th, per the schedule. This week, Mythic Savannah is coming up on Friday the 22nd. And then we have some surprises and a potential kidnapping or rescue attempt on the 23rd for Marvel Superheroes. Mythic Savannah starts at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time, and Marvel starts at 6 p.m. Arizona time on Saturday. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us and tuning in. Davey, hope you feel better and get some NyQuil or something for that coughing fit.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all again next time. Good night, guys.
Good night.
There we go. And we are out.